My personal hero, Don Herbert, also known as Mr. Wizard, by Alan Lee Whiteman, November 2025. Donald Jeffrey Herbert, born Donald Herbert Kemsky, July 10, 1917 to June 12, 2007. Better known as Mr. Wizard on a variety of TV shows 1951 to 1965, 1971 to 1972. I have long held the belief that everyone should have a personal hero. Someone to look up to as a beacon of right and truth doing the best he or she can do in a given life. For me, that person was Don Herbert, or Mr. Wizard, on Saturday morning TV shows where he demonstrated elements of science in the physical and electromagnetic world around us. Long did I yearn to be that young boy visiting his lab, really a studio setup, to watch him demonstrate science projects on a wide variety of subjects. His main goal was to demystify science and make it accessible in a nonpartisan political way by inspiring students to pursue careers in STEM fields. Don was born in Waconia, Minnesota, and died 90 years later in Bell Canyon, California. Bell Canyon was then an unincorporated community in eastern Ventura County, roughly 1 mile outside the western edge of Canoga Park. His living years matching roughly that of my father, so on an unconscious basis, I also saw him as a father figure. I saw him as a science guy, not knowing then that he joined the U.S. Army during World War II, later the Army Air Corps, and became a pilot flying B-24 bombers in the European theater. He flew 56 combat missions over Italy with the 767th Bomb Squadron, 461st Bomb Group of the 15th Air Force, retiring as a captain, and earning the Distinguished Flying Cross and the Air Medal with 3 oak leaf clusters. So, in my mind, I see him also as a war hero, though this was always minimized in his description. After the war, Don resided in Chicago and worked at the Mac radio station. He had presence on a It's Your Life radio program, later on formulating the idea for a television show called Watch Mr. Wizard on the WBQ television station with his first show on March 3, 1951. I never got to see the initial broadcasts even though our family was living in Fort Worth. In 2 years we moved to Morocco, returned to Denver in August 1955, and father purchased our very first black and white television. So I got to see a few of his shows on syndication before we left again for England, returning in 1965 again to the same Denver neighborhood. Heathit projects were long available then. I had already built a Heathit oscilloscope while in England, so upon return I built a Heathit color television, which we used extensively in our built-out family basement. At that time, Don was just finishing up his first Watch Mr. Wizard TV series, which was carried on local stations in Denver, and it was then, when I was 18 years old, that I really discovered Mr. Wizard. Don took a breather for 6 years, resumed the show for 2 years in 1971 to 72. 11 years later, he ran his second and last TV series of Mr. Wizard's World for 7 years from 1983 to 1990. At that time, I was well into my software development career in San Diego, and I had little time to watch children's science shows. I missed out on connection with my personal hero. Years later, in about 2005, I purchased a set of DVD reproductions of Watch Mr. Wizard from the Mr. Wizard Studios website, later giving away volumes 1 and 2 to a dance partner who taught elementary school science classes. So, I let go of something special so that others could appreciate what I had valued. Don Herbert has been described as being non-political in his public life, though somewhere I saw a biography describing him as slightly left of center. He was and still remains my personal hero. His shows are available on YouTube at the official Mr. Wizard's World channel.